Live. All right, we are live. What's going on, folks? Chris here, Better Investing. Happy Tuesday. Today is January 20th, 2026. Market was closed yesterday. But let's get right into it, right? That's what we're here for. Kind of talk about the markets really fast. SPY. Looking here on SPY, I mean, I talked about like you may get that random ass drop, and it kind of looks like today was your random ass drop, right? Over the weekend, we got some news about some tariffs, some European countries from your boy Trump, right? Led to a pretty massive gap. I wouldn't say massive, but pretty large gap down right here at the 50, and we actually forfeited the 50 until the end of the day, right? Kind of taking out some structure of higher lows that we were building, right? I mean, really, next line in the stand is probably like this 670th location. Kind of lines up right here with the 100-day moving average. So I have to see what happens, right? Like the longer we kind of stay below the 50, the more concerning it becomes that we drift lower. Kind of similar to right here, we kind of stay below, right? Next day, actually, not probably really, but yeah, I mean, the longer we stay below the 50, I think you could be a little bit have some concerns about what happened, right? You can kind of see here, right? After we kind of sat here, closed below the 50, gap down, right? Traded around it. Really, probably right here where we kind of had some consecutive closes below the 50. That's when you kind of just kind of seeing a move like that. And again, I'm just looking at looking at the chart here, kind of see like you got some similarity. I wouldn't say similarities, but action here we kind of closed and stayed below the 50, right? We did drift a little bit lower, so I mean that's what you want to be a little concerned with is how long do we stay below the 50, right? The longer we stay below the 50, more chance that we start to drift even lower, right? You see here we started 1 day, 2 day, 3 days consecutive below the 50. All right, I'm back into 2023 right now. Not really here per se, but back here staying below the 50. So I mean that's what I'm really trying to just get to. Is that we just don't want to sit here and drift below the 50 and hold below the 50. I think that's kind of a situation where we'll probably end up going a little bit lower, right? Are we like 100% like the trend is over? I wouldn't say so, because again you gotta back out and keep things in mind. If we look here at the weekly, right? I mean we're still holding the 20 week, right? For the most part, we haven't even tapped the 20 week since back here in early November or middle of November. Right, it is getting curled down a little bit, but no crossovers, nothing like that. Kind of suggest the trend has changed or confirmed the trend has changed, right? Because these are lagging indicators, so once they cross over, I mean, it'll be after the fact. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you're starting to see here, right? Got a little drop, a little weekly drop here. And we just got to see what happens, man. Just see what happens. Go ahead and look at the hourly. We did try to, push up. We actually ended up, popping into some of these 60 or the hourly EMAs. Right here is the 9 and the 20. Pop right into it, kind of flagged. Kind of a little bear flag, right? Rolled back over right under 682. Finished there at 682. I mean, 670, 678. Let me get my words right, right? But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you see there. On SPY. Looking at QQQ really real fast. QQQ. I've been talking about this for a little while, and I was saying like, man, this thing hasn't made a high since October, since the end of October, right? And kind of see QQQ lag in the market or lag in SPY. I mean, and I think there's a trade out there. Jason Shapiro he talks about. He said it's not always the case, or he says it doesn't always end up being like a bigger correction, but when QQQ leads the way down, the market tends to follow, right? And QQQ has kind of been leading the way down. Now I've been mentioning like, look, we haven't even been able to take out this bull gap. We haven't even been able to close above it, right? And from that VC pattern that people were talking about, we just ran through these previous higher lows right here and closed below us. I mean, like your next level in a slant is really like this 600 location. We drift there. There's probably a chance that we pull back somewhere into this range right here to like this 580, 585 pocket. That's the next area for bulls to really kind of defend. But that's the thing. I say like you can't anticipate these moves like this, right? It just happens. But it is what it is, right? Looking at SPY, go back to SPY because I know I had a I swore I had drew like a yeah, I did draw it. All right, so I did kind of draw this little pattern here, like this little rising wedge pattern. Like you can go here and look at it on the 4 hour. You can kind of really see it. And then we just ended up just gapping down below it. Right, it kind of sucks. It doesn't just work the way you want it to. It just breaks it. Right, just it gaps down. I was kind of looking at this pattern here. Right, it's kind of wedgy look. Right, kind of just wedging up, type of thing. Right, and then we got that crackdown today. But yeah, I mean, where do we go from here? Who knows, right? I'm just here to interpret price action. Now, we're below the EMA 9 and 20 on the daily. Probably a little more cautious right now. You do have VIX kind of moving up a little bit. Right, this is kind of pulling back. Held the EMA 9, right? This here, this probably could pull back. Maybe into this 258 is really where I'm thinking. So maybe a few more percents, maybe get down to there. Go look at some major stocks. So go look at Max, for example. I know I talked about Max, right? Some of this weakness that you had here, very similar to QQQs, haven't made a high since the end of October, right? Showing sequences of lower highs the whole way down. Kind of bear flagged. You can draw this multiple ways, right? Sat here and trapped at the 100-day, right? Stay here below the 200, below the 50, right? Just can't get below above the 50 and you just get this gap down until now you're right back into, and I didn't mark this, right? I just already been here. You're right back into this Trump tweet from back here. All right, and that's where we kind of got a wick. So maybe we hold here, maybe we continue to chop. I'm not 100% sure. I wouldn't really be looking to short unless we really probably get underneath this area. Right, I probably want to see something like that, and a break and retest, something like that. Again, sequencing lower highs on this whole way up. Maybe we do break and undercut and go. I don't know. I really wouldn't be looking, to kind of short indices, but I would look at particular stocks. So looking here at Tesla again, I was looking at Tesla and I said, man, this did kind of hold here, put in, kind of establishing a higher low, I guess you can look, right? You're kind of looking at this area here. But the problem was like it just kind of flagged right into these EMAs and kind of rolled over. Right, I was looking at that. And I was in it on was this last Thursday. Got stopped out on those little bit of shares I had. A little bit of shares would have paid off today if I would have kept them, but I got stopped out on the rest. And yeah, that's really all you got right there. So what do we do now? Honestly, I don't really have a good idea on what you really want to get into. Let's go look at Buckcoin, Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin, just can't really catch a bid, right? This is somewhat good price action, but now it's back into, I guess we can just draw another trend line, right? See what's going to happen here. I don't know. Right? It's kind of like you got this look here now, right? Sitting right there. Really got no move, right? Bounced above this 95 level. And literally just rolled over right here at the 100-day moving average. So, yeah, I'm not really too interested in how that looks. Yeah, I don't have too many. I've been saying it for a while. There's not a lot of stocks that really interest me to long. I feel like they just kind of just came and went. Right, you just had to be ready to take them. And now you're looking at it. It's like, all right, what do we go? Where do we do from here? But you are what you eat. So, yeah, for the most part, I don't really have a good interest in anything. I did get a piece of this bullion. This is a kind of, trade that I'm kind of telling someone else on. Right now, it's right back near like my cost basis. I got it a little late. And I'll just say, I'm risking out to low day. So around like $21, see what happens, right? Maybe this can pop all the way into the 50 or into this 100-day moving average. A lot of volume here, highest volume ever on net gas this week. It's kind of open up the week. So that's what I'm really aiming for, to see if this could end up being some sort of move. But we'll see what happens. Outside of that, there isn't too much that really looks good, I guess you could say. Not 100% sure on like what exactly folks are looking at. So this actually ended up rolling over. I just rolled over right from the beginning. Alright, we gotta do something real fast. Hold on, folks. We need to take this off. This does not need to be on minutes. I'm gonna take it on. I'm gonna leave it on the hourly. Um, what is this? This should be the 200. I need to take this off the minute as well. Leave that on the hourly. And this, take this off the minute chart as well. All right. I mean, that's just dumb from. I mean, it's just dumb right from the beginning, right? And then just bullshit it around. Yeah. I mean, again, it just not a lot of things that really interest me in terms of like like where I want to long. This Robinhood, I talk about this. Very similar. It looks like QQQ a little bit, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high. I talked about this bear flag back in here. Kind of retested this 123, 124 pocket, rolled back over. Now it's coming into a crucial spot. Hasn't tapped the 200, since this entire move up, since the tariff lows. So man, this is probably an interesting location to see if you get a reaction. Kind of lines up with like the $100 location as well. So I mean, if you're looking to kind of try to bounce some shit, maybe this is something you want to look at around this $100 spot. All right, psych level as well as the 200. We'll see what happens. You can kind of see it, kind of just kind of waking around. It's not really a clean level, but psych spots, they can act as support, they can act as resistance. So, yeah, not a lot else. I mean, you got SNDK is just still going. Hold on, I think something is. Yeah, this SNDK is still going. I mean, this thing is just very, very, very interesting, should I say? Like just anyone's trying to get in front of this is getting smoked. Let me see where we're at in terms of like RSI readings, and I mean this thing is definitely stretched, right? So you want to be mindful of that. Right, sitting up here at the 80 spot on the RSI, and I guess we can go look at like, can I bring up Bollinger Bands? I don't have Bollinger Bands on here. Let me add BB Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands, save this. Alright, then add the Bollinger Bands, BB. Alright, here's my Bollinger Bands. Let me change this real fast. Alright, really is sticking out here at the top of the Bollinger Bands. I mean, if it gets above the Bollinger Bands, I mean, you're probably looking at an opportunity to get short on this. Alright, in terms of being away from the 50, it's 72% away from his 50-day moving average. Alright, from a EMA, it's 30 or so percent away from the 20. And about 20% or so away from 15 or so percent away from the 9. Right, so it's just very extended. I mean, you don't want to sit here and try to get involved in this, right? You want to look for a pullback, and while that's pulling back, you can probably look for a short. So, how you trade this? I mean, you got to be ready, man. You got to be ready. You got to feel it. It's not going to be easy. I can tell you that. So, yeah, what else is out there, folks? Don't really know if I just, there isn't a whole lot that interests me in the market right now. I just think we're in a peculiar situation. Looking where the market finished at now on the day, kind of closed near its lows. Didn't really give you a clean opportunity to get short on it. Honestly, I'm looking at the 5-minute chart. Really nothing really clean there. Silver. What did silver do today? Silver, I think it's futures on silver hit around like 90. This is the ETF. Kind of pulled back today. Let me see. Was there anything that you could have possibly hit? No, it looks really choppy. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's really about it. So I'm not in this BMNR again. I do want to keep eyes on it again still. Not really. Nothing that really interested me on that look. Look at some stocks I had on here. This TXG. Damn. Ocean Golfing. Yeah, didn't really have a lot. This INCY is something I was looking at. Gap down. That's just ridiculous. Yeah. Let's see. What time is it? All right. I mean, I guess I can do is yeah, let's kind of see like what's still above the 9 and the 20, right? Because I can tell you now, like looking at the big stocks, they're not really above those. Enemies below price, right? All right, so we got about 400 stocks or so that's above the 9, the 20, the 50, and the 200. Right, these are your like your for sure bullish looking stocks, that's to say. And what you're not going to see in here is a lot of tech stocks, right? Not really seeing a lot of tech stocks. Let's do this. Close this. Oh, what's Costco doing? Damn. He's fucking ripping. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Oh, I do need to keep a track on this stuff. On that. But yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at some of the stocks that's here. Like, they're not stocks I really want to trade. Is this one? Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is still kind of extended. Not that bad, but you probably need just to build out a little bit more. There's something you can probably keep on watching. Is Rocket Labs. If the market wants to continue to pull back, right, I'd probably look for something like maybe if it can continue to drift into the 20, right? Maybe sit here, stall out a little bit, and then go. I don't know, something like that. Just keep an eye on that. But I mean, no, I don't think it's ready yet, but I think it's something you can probably watch. So, but yeah, again, there's not a whole lot of sexy stocks right now. And maybe you want to do is look at some of the stocks that did run up, like on this last league, and see if they can pull back. Right? Maybe these are some of the leaders right now going to start the market or start the year off. So you do want to pay attention to the Kratos is the Bloom Energies, right? You do want to pay attention to these, right? 'Cause these definitely ripped, right? And see if you can probably get see if you can get an entry on some of these. So the Kratos, that FIGR, Figure, right? Might get some looks on these. So, but yeah, man, that's really all I got today. I mean, me in terms of trading today, didn't trade really well today. Walked away profitable, but I mean, we're not talking, we're not talking much. So leave it like that. I am going starting Thursday, so I'll be going for a week vacation. So leave it like that. Yeah. This APLD doesn't look too bad. I can see this kind of possibly playing out. Looks very orderly. Right, so I think you probably want to keep an eye on. Right, maybe you get another drift down day. wick or something. All right, maybe into next week this goes. You see something like that. Something to keep an eye on. But all right, man. Again, don't have too much to say. There's no reason to really sit here and just continue to wander. I mean, I know where the market's at. I seen where some of the stocks are at. Again, just yeah, I think we kind of need a washout. I mean, for me, I really don't have an issue. You know, trying to day trade this. I can find a chart to trade. And get active. I tried this Tesla. I ended up walking away flat. Or actually a little bit in profit on it. I tried to bounce here on some like a little mean reversion trade. You know, it was definitely extended in terms of its ATR. It's right around like its ATR threshold. Considering like where it had closed at on Friday, closed up here on Friday. Like this is this close, and I was trying, you know, a bounce somewhere around here. All right, it's right around this ATR max. I was looking for a bounce around somewhere around this area right here. I was looking for a bounce. I got in around like 423 flat. I ended up closing it like 20 cents up. It just wasn't moving. I kind of seen this. I kind of seen it kind of hold over here, and it really, now I'm looking at it, you know, not the best looking trade. I mean, not the type of volume you expect there, and that's why I was like, I don't know, man. This thing don't have the feel for it. Let me see if I can bring this up. This want to bring up. Yeah, there it is. Let's go to a 5 minute. Yeah, I was fucking around with it around here, somewhere around here, and it just like I thought it was gonna break. Right, got up to around like 423.50 or so. I just never could really hold over there. And I ended up cutting. I was only risking out in the little day, so I was only risking about like I had 100 shares. I was risking like $60. Trying to get like 120 on the move or so, at least take 50 shares off or so, and then see what happens. But then it just, I seen it. I was like, nah, this isn't bouncing. And again, it's not really a really clear level either where you expect it. So shame on me trying to think that. But yeah, man, that's about all. Peace. God bless.